Alright, what's up YouTubers? Today is another good day because we are here doing what we're supposed to be doing, which is keeping the business going, giving y'all some content to view and learn from, and also show you how to do it in case you want to do your own way. You could learn from my ways, my mistakes, whatever. So, got a new mushroom in. This one is Tremella mushroom, the snow fungus. This one's cool because I have to get this one. I can't just like inoculate it on agar yet. I have to actually get these prepared because I have another fungus that's coming in called the Black Fungus, and in order to make Tremella mushroom, the Tremella has to eat the black fungus. It's weird, right? Fungus eating fungus, but hey, it's a fungus, parasital fungus to a fungus. So you inoculate your substrate with a little bit of the black fungus and a lot more of the Tremella. So that way, at the same time the black fungus is eating the wood, the Tremella is eating the black fungus. So that way, it's a second decomposer, so that way it allows the black fungus to eat the wood and spread, and that way as it's spreading, it has a food source of its own, the black fungus, to keep eating off the black fungus until the black fungus is fully taken over. And right after that, you know, as long as it's growing at a faster rate than the black fungus, because this one's more competitive, the black fungus will take over, and this one will just be overshadowing it, and then completely take it over, and then boom, Tremella mushrooms will put out. It's crazy, but that's the way it works in nature, so we're gonna just run with it. So I have magnetic stir plate and stir bar. I have my pink oyster mushroom, golden oyster mushroom, and lion's mane. We are about to inoculate more bags and keep the process going since I have the time. This I'm going to put in the fridge with my other genetics. Now, I've been procrastinating on it, but later on I'm going to make a video about how I do my cordyceps, you know, after I get my laundry for the work week done, make sure my son's clothes are done, take him out for a walk or something to get him out of the house. Then when I'm done, probably play a few video games, you know, live my life a little bit, then get back to work. I got to make more jars just like that with breather holes and injection ports for the cordyceps mushrooms. 6 and 6. 6 regular orange cordyceps, 6 albino cordyceps, so that's going to be real fun. Alright, so first things first, let's seal up these bags. Open up the pressure canner. Alright, before we do anything, squirt down your area, wipe it down, alcohol, the hands too. That way you're not putting your substrate and potentially putting it at risk being in contact with contaminants. like to be sterile around here. Make sure that we're doing a good job. You feel me? Alright, hit the handles on each one. Just because you never know. First bag. Just so I make sure if the first one didn't fully seal, the other two were guaranteed. Yep. Pack it up. Nice little block. Next one. Open it, make sure it's top of the flow hood so no spores or anything get in while you're opening it. Make sure it's good. Now, close it a bit, bring it over to the sealer, and seal the bad boy off. Boom. At least that's how I know it's a good seal, is when you try to push the air out, it condenses, so the only way you know the air is coming out is just going through the filter patch, you know. But if you were to able to still have a leak in it, it would go, you know, just push out real fast, so it's good. First one. Second one. Third. There we go. You know what? It kind of went out a little too easily. Let me just make sure. The last one. Stupid sealer lid. Two, three. Boom. 4 successful blocks this time. The only thing I did is instead of 5-pound grow blocks, I made them 4-pound. Maybe like a little less. But you get the idea, they all fit. Because the original, the 5-pound grow blocks that I have, they don't fit 4, it only fits 3. You know? So let's put the lid back on this. We're going to clean this out because we're going to cook off some more in a little bit. Clean up the area again. Now that we're done with this, put this down here. Clean up the area. Because now it is injection time. So, these are the strains that we got. Pink Oyster, Lion's Mane, Blue Oyster. Those are obviously going to be the more prettier ones. The Lion's Mane is going to be the healthy, beneficial one. And I would say the best one out of these would be the Lion's Mane for the beneficial health benefits. Pink Oyster and Blue Oyster mushrooms are really bulk mushrooms, but they're very pretty and they grow fast. People like to eat them, so that's why I grow them. But they also help with health benefits too. They're just more seen as gourmet, and the Lion's Mane is gourmet, but it's more seen as health benefit. At least in my opinion. You know, I could be wrong. Other people feel different, but that's the way I see it. When people think of the oyster mushrooms, they think about eating. When people think of the Lion's Mane, they think about repairing their brain. You know. But if you eat pink and oyster mushrooms, they help with inflammatory, antiviral, antifungal, gut health. I think like regulating your blood level or something like that. But they're also beneficial for you too. So, get this situated for a stir bar. I've already had these liquid cultures sitting out overnight, so they're already at room temperature. You never want to pull one out of your fridge and then just get to work, because it's going to go into shock from going from a cold environment into a warm environment, and it's going to take longer for it to colonize. So you want to make sure, I don't want to call it preheating, but it's pretty much what you're doing. Your oven setting it, you know, to get ready to bake. Bake up within the substrate. I'm getting my stir bar, cleaning it off, sterilizing it before I drop it in. We got the first one, Pink Oyster mushroom. Grabbing 3 brand new needles. So let's get this going. Squirt down the injection area. Make sure it's good. Look on the rest of the just so the injection is dirty. Clean that off. Now what we're going to do here is introduce the pill, the bean, the magnetic stir bar up inside the substrate. Dry it off from one of these dry corners. Hold it so it's not in the air. Just more under my flow lid. Now it's up in there. Set it, turn it on, and forget it. Now what we're doing is breaking up the mycelium, so that way it's a lot easier to suck up in the syringe, because if you got chunky chunks, it's not going to fit in your needle nose. So you want to be able to grind them up a little bit, make them into like thin, something that's going to be able to suck through a needle head. So I'm just chopping them all up right now. And it really doesn't hurt it. All it does is it actually helps it grow, because it separates it, and as it flows through the liquid, it creates more, The only thing that will stop it is if it eats up all of its substrate and there's no more for it to grow, then it's just going to stay the same size. Boom. Blue oyster mushroom. Take down the injection area. Sterilize the needle. I'll wait till it turns red hot. I like to hit it with alcohol after, just to cool it down. Stab it up in there. Let it do its thing. That's hell of mycelium up in there. So you got a good one. Boom. That's all you need to do. It's a lot of mycelium. It's going to colonize really fast. I have no doubt in my mind about that. I'll show you an update of the ones I've already previously done too, with how fast they're colonizing right now. So boom, put that in the used needles area. I actually need to get a box for them. I'm alright. Blue oyster. Today's date. We're going to do one more of the blue oyster, just because it's the fastest colonizer. In fact, I could just use the same needle as this section. Just sterilize it. This one. It's the same species. And with the same jar, same needle. So might as well use it while you can. Be smart about it. Like down the injection port area. Clean that off. Wipe that down. Lots of mycelium. Always want to see that. Boom, same thing. I'm just going to inject it with some steroids. Boom. Blue oysters are done. Blue oyster 329. Boom. Good to go. So this one's good to go. What we're gonna do right now is clean off this. Open this up. Flip it over. Take out the stir bar. No harm done. Put that back. Go with the pink oyster mushroom now. Same deal. Sanitize it. Grab it with one of the dry areas of the cloth. So that way now it's drying it. Up in there, ready to go. Clean out this. Wipe down the injection port, get it ready. Turn the stir bar on. You know, let it grind up for a bit. You get some new napkins. You have your overstays to walk on. That should be it. Try this one. Down the injection port area. Grab this one. Flame sterilize. Red hot. Hit it with the alcohol, pull it down. It's also like double sterilization. Suck it out. Look at that. Nice mycelium all up in there. This is going to be another success. Stab it up in the block. Push it all up in there. And let it do its thing. I don't really care about spreading it, just because there's so much mycelium up in there. I know it's going to do a great job. Once I see that it's starting to colonize, then I'll start thinking about breaking them up, you know? I don't want to just be overworking it from the beginning. Pink Oyster 329. The last one is going to be lion's mane. So once again, spray the magnetic grabber. Get ready. No harm done. Last one is the lion's mane. So same as usual. Spray this down. Wipe down the injection port area. Get it ready for sterilization and injection. Same thing with this. We're going to drop the magnetic stir bar up in there. So, get it ready on one of the clean sides of the cloth. Dry. Try to get off. Oh shit. Could have been worse. Put it under the flow light. Oh, there we go. Nice little magnet up in there. I'll watch it do its thing. Alright. Gas syringe. Let's get this ready. Spray off the injection side. Wipe it down. This should be good by now. But let's do it until we're done sterilizing anyway. It's red hot. And hot. Hit it with the alcohol to cool it off. Double sterilization. Stab it up in here. Turn this off. Look at that. I didn't even see any mycelium up there. There we go. Hold on. I think this needs to be broken up for a while. Hell more mycelium this time around. It's like there's some up in there, but I want a lot. That's cool. I'm fine with that. Boom. And that's it for that. Nice little chunkies went up in. Alright. Lion's mane it is. Put that up over here. Alright, start to clean down. Put these back up in the fridge. Clean off the stir plate. This right here. This trash. Make sure this gets wiped off with the alcohol before it gets put back into the box. Very good. Alright, so far, we put these back up in my fridge. So I gotta put it back up in the genetics fridge. Make sure these go back on ice until I need them again. And that's how you're supposed to do it with all your genetics. Hold them, use them, but don't abuse them. Alright, clean up my pressure cooker and show you guys. So here is my first inoculations. This one is the blue oyster mushroom. Blue oyster mushroom on 323, and as you guys could see, it's already starting to grow. So I imagine that the whole middle from 323 till now is pretty much good, but I'm gonna wait till this is like at least like this big before I think about crushing it up. This one, I'm having a hard time seeing if anything's growing, and this is the lion's mane, so we're gonna check back in a day or two. This one, same thing, pink oyster mushroom. This one is growing right here. So I imagine that everything in the area I squirted up, that way, that way, that way, that way down. You know, so I imagine everything in the inside behind this is colonizing, so within a day or two it's probably gonna be all white right here. These were the ones. Reishi 325. I really don't see much, but like the other ones I could be wrong. This one is the golden oyster mushroom, and I don't see much. This one was inoculated 2 days after the first ones. King oyster mushroom, I don't see much, but we gonna find out. This, don't worry about that. That's like calcium that like just dried on the bag from the sink water. So it really ain't shit. That's not mycelial growth. Trust me, I was like, oh damn, that shit was fast. And then when I wiped it off, you know, let me clean my gloves real quick. My bad, it got shut off, but continuing from where I was, thank you guys for staying tuned, watching, commenting. I appreciate all the comments and in the videos that I put out and your guys' feedback on what you guys do. I want this to be a community where people who don't know anything about this will come here to learn. Also see that I'm doing a professional business to the best of my standards that I can, and also improve on that. You guys can see firsthand I'm trying to be sterile about everything. This is a from-home business that hopefully I could take it to the next level and just keep continuing with it. So that's why I want to do everything as professional as can. Show you guys, document everything, show you that I'm doing clean work, I'm not just bullshitting my shit. That way you feel safe about buying from me in the future when I do have my products ready. Also, you are interested in the process and seeing how everything's being done. You can see that I'm taking it serious. And also just appreciate the viewership and the community of people who are interested, and those who are already into it, giving me the feedback for what I can do to be successful myself, and also what I'm doing to show you guys on what you could do to be successful yourself for beginners as well. So once again, thank you. Stay tuned for more videos. I'm going to be posting some more later about the other processes that I'm doing. So thank you guys. And one last look. So far I have King Oyster mushroom going, golden oyster, reishi, blue oyster, lion's mane, and pink oyster. And then I have blue oyster, pink oyster, and lion's mane. And those I just inoculated today. So thank you guys for staying tuned. I'm going to keep this process going. And like, comment, share, give me your feedback. As always, stay tuned for more. Appreciate it.